like a new thing for me. I I like this drop. I've been landing at like the isolated little island, and there's 3 potential chest spawns. I didn't actually know that originally. I thought there was just one, and I thought one of them was like a guaranteed chest spawn, but it's not. So start at 65 points. I think we have like 1 or 2 chests here, and we'll see. So I get a sniper, and if I don't get shields here, I don't like to spend too much time. So I like to move on. I mean, in solos, I think in general, like if you don't find shields or like guns that you can use to fight with, it's definitely in your best interest to move on and kind of like keep your looting train going. So my loot here is pretty bad, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the rift and opt to keep moving. And so we'll see. I'm gonna keep moving. I land on an SMG. I usually like to land here. There's a chest spawn, potential vending machine, and like guns, like a couple of weapon spawns on the inside. And I find some minis, so that's good. Good start. Not terrible. I did want to peek this corner just in case there was a golden vending machine that had a chug in it. Wouldn't want to drink 2 minis and then get a chug. And I learned that the hard way because I kept forgetting that there was a spawn there, potential spawn there. And one thing I've learned about landing here is there's just so much wood everywhere that I try not to over farm wood, because if you over farm wood, then you just are wasting your time farming wood later. And there was no driftboard here, unfortunately, but what this spot lacks is a lot of metal and a lot of good brick. So I kind of get like every little bit of brick that I can. And actually, because there was no driftboard here, this actually slows my rotation down quite a bit. So I like to come over here to this cave. And there's a lot of brick to farm in here, 2 potential chest spawns, some good floor loot. I think there's like an ammo can on like a chair or like a table or something. But you'll see, I'm just kind of like keeping myself moving. I'm farming a little bit more wood. Again, there's so much wood in this whole area that you don't really need to farm it. And I really make sure to get all the brick in here. And that's kind of my train of thought. I want to get all the brick. This gets me my shotgun, which is great. And more minis and a better SMG. So my loadout's pretty decent now. For solos, I don't mind not having an AR. I prefer to have an AR, but don't really need it. I'm trying to get this metal right here, and it just like wouldn't let me get it. There's that like little lag skip, and I'm already like max. I'm literally farming that. I'm already max wood, so we'll go on to the brick. And the early game is just pretty standard, like avoid everybody, like really get yourself up. And I actually get a driftboard from down here, which is great. I forgot there's some bones back here, so we'll farm that for brick. And you can see this is like a lighter lobby. I guess people are playing really aggressive. So I come out here, and I've been paying attention to audio and kind of paying attention to whether or not I thought anybody was around. So I'm just farming the brick on the board. And depending on how I'm doing time-wise and where the zone is, kind of depends on how fast and like where I go next. There is a chest in these trees right here to the left. I sometimes will just not get it because it's honestly a pain in the ass, and I pretty much always come here because this is 2 potential chest spawns here, and a lot of brick. So I always come here and look for brick. And I'm not just doing this VOD review to show you my early game. I mean, obviously it's important, but mostly because we'll talk about late game and give my thoughts and stuff about that. Try to find some things that I could do better. Overall, right now, I mean, I'm almost max brick and max. I'm max wood. I'm almost max brick. I see a 50 pot up on the ledge, which is great because that means I'm going to be max shield, and my loadout is pretty good. It's not bad. The sniper is kind of interchangeable, but snipers are good in solos. And now, again, focusing on all the materials that I need. Don't need to be hitting any of this wood. And the ground here is actually brick, which I didn't know originally. I think this is the game that I figured it out. I just didn't think about it. So if I need some brick, some extra brick, I can definitely get it there. Again, farming as much metal that I can, just finding the materials that I need, trying not to spend too much time. And I actually found another 50 pot here, which is nice because that means I'm going to have an extra 50 pot, the one that was out on the balcony. So finding this one was pretty good. There's a potential chest spawn upstairs, like above in the attic, but I don't think I heard it, maybe. I mean, like I said, I'm not listening to the audio, really. I just kind of wanted to pay attention, so I do hear that. Oh, so I'll have to look around for the brick then. And I think on this one, since the zone was moving, I just opted to go away from like the next 2 to 3 chest spawns that I know about. And just keep myself moving. Sometimes I'll stop here. Sometimes I go flights for hamster balls. Sometimes I go to the like plane outpost that's close by for hamster balls. And I actually am not super familiar with this chest drop, so I actually had to like look for it because I don't usually come this way. I usually go flights, but that tops off my minis. And yeah, so I don't usually leave this area of the map with good metal. It just doesn't really happen all that much, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to have triple max mats going into like mid game or end game. Now this is all in zone. This is actually one of the first times that I've landed out here where I actually got zone, and I'm mostly hanging out. I saw that like as soon as I got up here, and I think I lasered this guy pretty good. So got him on whites, and I definitely want to take this fight now. And he hops in a ball and takes off. And I got a lot of good hits, good tracking. I see the llama at the same time, just trying to get it to break if I can, and then I actually snipe it and break it. So I wasn't sure if it broke, but then whenever I saw that it didn't keep moving, I instantly wanted to pursue, because again, he was like one hit. And I mean, even if he has reshields, he doesn't really have the time. I need to spot him, so I see him running across. And like I said, I definitely want to pursue for this kill, get him out of my way. See him peeking around the side, get a 190 pump, and he had insane loot. I remember thinking this, I was like, Jesus, this guy has insane loot. So he definitely had reshields of some kind, and I was able to take him out. And so now my my loot's pretty good. I almost messed up my loot out there. But my loot is very good, and he had a ton of metal. So I don't know where this guy landed originally or where he came from, but I also end up looting the llama just for any potential extra shields or whatever may come from it. And again, I'm in zone. I think this is one of the first times I'm in zone, and so I have some options about where I want to go, the kind of time I want to spend. I could have stayed here and looted up more, or I could have stayed here and farmed, you know, or just like looted chests and whatnot. But I actually had the idea to hide some of the shields, so I'm just gonna go back out and get this stuff. This is something I do pretty often. I could have just used the ball to go get him. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I just wanted to make sure I could secure the ball. And I mean, I guess if I got tagged, it would suck because I wouldn't have reheals on me unless I got over here. So maybe I need to be a little bit more mindful of that just in case. But this is something pretty common. And what I could have even done is even based up in this building and gone and used the extra mats and made like a big base, because the zone does shift in my direction. But I also like natural hiding. I don't think it's a bad thing. I still wanted the minis in the big pot. I don't think the chug is that much more valuable, and I want to keep my ball. So you're gonna see I'm gonna natural hide here for quite a bit. I kind of didn't understand how that works, so I got stuck here. But I like natural hiding quite a bit. So yeah, I end up just hanging out in here for a while. And I'm probably gonna start listening to the audio a little bit. I feel like that would make it a little bit better. What's my Campbell's soup canned? Wait, oh whoa, yeah, whoa. Whatever someone was saying in chat that was confusing to me. Timer simply DMing. What are you talking about? Like I said, at least I have a soup can. Discord random duos. Random downtime. Simply DMing. Like, you mean like what? Dude, you're gonna have to run. It's actually so funny. You totally lost me. So I heard the grappler of the ball, and I know there was a bunch of balls on this game. I've been not doing so hot, and I need to play it serious. And it's the first snow zone I've ever had. I've got extra shields. I got all this shit. I could base up here, but I don't really think I need to. Yeah, I like natural hiding. It's kind of in the fast lane right now. Just something I like to do. So definitely hanging out. We have a lot of time. And this is a light lobby. People just were super aggressive, I guess. I hear the zip line, but he's going overhead, which is fine. I don't have an AR, so there's not really much of a reason for me to peek. I don't have to worry about storm surge or anything like that. I just hear people bouncing around at this point, so I'm just kind of in that mindset that's like, I should just hang out. I'm like, I just hang out. I'm kind of curious, don't get me wrong, and I'm not against fighting. So like this guy, he has no idea I'm here. He doesn't fully box up, and this is where I look for some free damage. I didn't even know that was there, to be honest. Not that I didn't know it was there in total. I start focusing the ball a little bit because I don't want him to just dip for free. And I got a potential trap play there, but it took me a little while. So as he cut out, I was able to find the kill on him. So pretty free kill. Same deal though. I don't really need anything. I don't even know what he bought. Maybe I should have checked, but I knew there were other players in the area, so I just got that free point and then went back to doing what I was doing. I'm upgrading my PC to soup can at this point. Okay, hold on, go listen. Something for chatting about kind of stuff you want to talk about. I mean, yeah, we can always. I'm always down for stuff like that. That's not true. I'm not always down for that, but I do like doing stuff like that with Nickel. See this guy? He's just looking at the loot, pretty much. I don't really have to engage here. I think the biggest thing for me is like, look at the situation I'm in. I'm triple maxed. I have an insane loadout. I have an insane amount of shields. I'm already, you know, 100. I'm in zone. I'm just set up for a potential really good game here. So there's just no reason for me to force aggression. Even with like an RPG, there's just not a reason for me to force. So I'm just gonna take my time here, and I'm gonna be comfortable and casual, and I'm gonna rotate whenever I feel like it's necessary. That's kind of like where my mind's at with this one. I even hear stinkers going off. I see people are trying to engage each other. Something's going on out there that I'm not really interested in, and I'm hiding behind my little box. Definitely try to spot some things I could do better in these situations, like as we get further on. There's definitely something that I remember that I even say in the video. I'm like, I'm not sure I should have done that, and we'll talk about that. It kind of pertains to the current state of the meta. It's such a good shotgun. Like, it's such a cool fucking shotgun. I do like the spaz model. Retractable stock, like the folding stock. It's just such a solid ass looking gun. So cool. The zone ticks or zone pushes, and it goes far, and it goes all the way to my drop spot. That's where my initial idea came from. It's like, I wonder if the ball could make it to the little island I like to go to. So the shields are hidden. I don't need to fight here. I think about it for a little bit. I'm literally thinking about, like, maybe I could edge out another point or something, but I don't need to, so I don't stay here long, I don't think. Yeah, I think in my mind I was just like, all right, it's time to go. I don't need to do anything with any of those shields. They're all extras. At this point, I just want to, like, quickly rotate myself out, try to keep my ball healthy, and get myself to zone and look for somewhere to be. I think at this point I had already made up my mind I was going to try to make it to the little island, because a lot of players just won't go over there. They just won't. I wasn't sure though, I'm gonna be honest. I definitely had my doubts. I always think to myself, dude, there's things I need to try out in creative. So like, look, I'm testing whether or not I think I can make it. And so then I thought, like, maybe I could slingshot off of this. And I was like, I don't know, man. So then I thought maybe these trees. And that's when I did it, so. Maybe I could just make it like with a normal boost or two and then a grapple. You see that guy hanging off the map, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm gonna base up around the rift. That's what I do. Don't want the ball to fall in, so I move it and I block, just in case. So I'm basing up around the rift. And again, this is a good game for me because I just didn't have to move. I didn't have to make a lot of decisions. I had lots of shield. And pretty safe out here. I maybe should have peeked, like I should have looked to double check like that nobody came over here, but I can just re-wood up. And if I was better at this, like at knowing what I wanted to do, I could have just gone up first, and then that could have been all one action. You're gonna see I'm kind of doing some redundant actions here by going up, basing up, then jumping down, getting wood again. So I can definitely reduce these actions because I knew I needed to go. I wanted to go up because there's no reason not to. So again, I'm gonna come back out and re-wood up again. This is just more time I'm spending away from being safe and being in my base. And the one thing that I think, like, I was viewing as a mistake is coming up pretty soon. But I've got a ball, I've got a rift. If, you know, for whatever reason I can't use my ball to get out, I've got options. And we're hanging out. So this is the point where I hear the ball. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want him to be here. So I shoot at him. But I feel like I just, like, super committed. Like, I wanted him to leave, but I committed so much. And then I thought, like, oh, well, I'll break him here, and I'm holding Rift. But I don't have an AR. So this is the point right here where I'm like, I don't know if I should have done that. Because I don't want him to fight me. But at this point, I had already committed to breaking the ball. So now I for sure have him out. And I think I say it, like, pretty soon. I might regret that. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know that I didn't need to give him a reason out or a way out. And also I waste mats because now naturally he spams at me. So I think I regret that decision. Like, that was just one of those decisions that didn't really need to happen. Getting shot at from high ground and from this guy. So look, you can already see I'm down like 70 mats, 75 mats, 77 mats. That otherwise, if I just let him hang out and roll around, you know, we could have shared or whatever. It's not like the rift's gonna go away, so he definitely has a way out. And on my rotation out, he's actually gonna ruin my ball a little bit. So you're gonna see that. So I definitely think that was just like a lapse in judgment. And I think at this point I was like ready to go. There was just not really a reason not to go. You know, new zone's already out and I could just leave. But like I said, you're gonna see that I definitely I gave him the reason to put my ball down to nothing. Land me in front of the guy, which is just dangerous. Got a good shot on this guy, and I definitely wanted to play the aggressor. This part of the game is hard for me. I'm just not very good at it. Sometimes I approach it too linearly. I should be, you know, trying different things, which is what I start trying to do here, and I find it, and then I ended up getting it. So I don't know if he just didn't see me go up, or what the case may be, but I was able to find that there. And I still haven't done anything. I'm in zone now, and I think at this point I'm just trying to assess like what I want to do. And at this point I remember thinking maybe this guy had a ball and was base up, so I'm looking for a potential ball. When I don't see one in the bottom here, I thought to myself, like, you know what, I hear footsteps, I'm gonna wait and see if I can get a shot. This is risky because I do see that the ball, or that the floor was cut there, so this is all just open. It's not mine. I can't edit it. I can't really do anything, so I'm going to start closing up a little bit. And I you know, it doesn't have to be all mine. It's all good. I'm chilling. It's not like it belongs to anybody else, because most likely it's the guy that I killed, or the guy that he killed, because it looks like there was a fight that happened here. And I remember thinking maybe I can get below this guy and set him up for a trap. So I just wanted to base up under him and take over this box potentially. So if he's straight up and I'm looking to control some of this, I might be able to drop him down. So new zone comes out, I'm looking, drop him in, doesn't even get hit. There's a guy above me, I'm able to do that, and then I see the slurp. There's also a rift, so I'm gonna drink the slurp to get my health up. Drop the big pot for the rift. I'm gonna take damage here, I think, because I didn't get that edit off clean, so I need to focus on that. So I'm just hanging out here, getting spammed out a little bit, and I think I end up rifting this because I just got afraid. But not a terrible play, but honestly, the only reason I got in that position is because I didn't get the edit fast enough. Or I scuffed the edit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to zone. It's gonna be good. I've got shields. I got an empty slot, and then I got tagged, and so that wasn't great. But I'm able to find myself in a decently comfortable position, and so I'm doing okay. Get the placement points that popped up, which I just now realized just blocked on my overlay, which is kind of crazy. So I get the placement point popped up, and look at this. I literally said, like, you're shitting me, dude. So I have a drop coming into my box. I break the pyramid so I have something to cut open, and I reinforce my floor so I can just sit in here. My goal at this point is to find something, or to get something that's going to keep me going further. And I think I shoot at it to go ahead and bring it down, which I don't usually do, but I actually forget that they're pretty quick to kill. Look at that, so pretty fast. Got my reload off. I actually think I didn't get my reload off, and I get a chug and an AR. And this is again, this is a pretty big moment for me in this game, because I was able to get my health and shield back up, and then I get an AR, which I wasn't previously using, which again is really good. I mean, just having an AR is really good. I think pump AR is still better than pump SMG, even though I do run it sometimes if I don't have a good gun. So now I've got a really complete loadout, and I'm start trying to like help find the spam. I'm trying to kill this guy, trying to finish him. I'm going to keep getting some damage on him, and I just don't quite find anything in this realm, and this is where I start focusing. Look at the zone. I know the zone is going to be moving, you know, to my back. I get 233 tags. I really want to finish this guy. I'm tracking him through the builds. This is all safe. I'm pretty deep in the back of my build. Shouldn't be anybody available to hit me. I saw him drop down through his pyramid, and I'm just trying to help whoever else is shooting at him kill this guy. I can see his toes, but I can't get him, and boom, he dies to the zone. So AR's not loaded. I'll pull the SMGA back out, see if I can get some shots on this guy rotating. Don't find anything. I need to reload my guns, and I need to move. This is where things get a little bit tricky. I'm not bad at moving zones, but I think my awareness here was a little bit off, because I get tunnel visioned on this guy on whites. I don't see the guy to my left, who absolutely destroys me. And this is where my goal is to go up a little bit, not to try to get high ground, but to get myself away from some people and try to get myself into zone enough that I can get some reshielding off. So I'm able to do that. I see this guy. I remember he's the same skin. I know he's on whites. I kind of scuffed some of my SMG shots, but I get him. No mats off that because I just wanted to keep moving. Again, my health is decent, and I'm thinking the same thing. I wanted to contest for height here. Like, I wanted actual height, and then I just saw that he was physically above me, so I decided to just play mid-ground and keep myself moving. So playing mid-ground, getting myself in a zone, and this is the pretty usual thing for me. Get myself in a zone, reshield, get healthy, whatever I gotta do. And I'm down to 23 builds here. I'm trying to pay attention to that as much as possible. New zone is coming. I get my my launch pad ready, and I launch up. I wanted to try to use this twice. It does get me hurt a little bit. Not a terrible play. I think I took only 10 damage, getting 2 launches off of that. And this is where I think this is probably a mistake. Oh well, I'm an idiot for doing that. This is probably a mistake. I land on this guy. He's looking down at the guy in the box. I didn't have a loaded SMG. That almost gets me killed. I didn't even like get that many mats off him if I did get any, and I'm just not paying attention to mats here. Like I'm double carpeting. It didn't last me long. I still haven't loaded my SMG. I got some weird lag, but I'm able to get a good hit on this guy. Still haven't loaded my SMG, but I can wait for him. I should be able to get this kill 9 times out of 10. Get my SMG loaded. Was a little bit late on those shots, but I should be able to break him down, and then I find that. Still haven't gotten a lot of mats. I got 53 mats off him. I have height at this point, and I'm gonna start using the RPG that, you know, will carry me into late game. Find the guy double ramping, find that shot, and I get shot in the back that I didn't know there was a guy there. And I'm just trying to, you know, carry. You know, I can obviously tell that I have height. I'm considering shooting at some of the balls. I don't see the guy down to the right, even though I should know he was there. But I have height here, so listen to my hearing. I hear that guy, get a free kill, and this is where the RPG starts to carry me. I know that there's nobody on low ground anymore because the guy that was on the ground behind me just rifted, and I'm looking for some mats here. Still not able to really find anything. As you can tell, I still am not like super confident in my mats. I land here, and this guy takes height for me. So even though I was looking for height, I just didn't have it. I drop back and try to shoot out height, but it doesn't quite work, and this guy kind of pops out. So this is a little bit of a lucky situation, but I'm able to find him, which is good. And again, still I'm barely finding mats. So I got 400 mats playing ultimate low ground. Probably need to focus on placing my RPGs better, but I know there's 2 people left. They're both on height because I'm on ultimate low, and I'm able to find the shot here. So get the shot, kill these 2 guys, and that's a 12 kill win. So not bad. Definitely some things I need to work on. Situational awareness is something that I absolutely need to pay attention to. Like, my mat count has to be a priority to me. When I'm leaving on a rotation, I need to make sure that I'm paying attention to not only what I can see, what's right in front of me, but also the people that are parallel to me, like waiting for the shot. Because that guy that when I rotated down, he dropped me to 45 HP. He definitely was doing that. He was waiting for me to rotate. He probably knew I was there. Could see me through my wood. And yeah, so that was my thought process. Nice. But RPG carried me quite a bit. The RPG is definitely an important factor in that win, and yeah, that's what I did. So now back into stream mode, because that's obviously I'm going to use that as a video. That was a pretty good game. I could definitely improve on a lot of things there. I need to be, like I said, situationally, I need to be more aware. I need to know that my P90 never loaded. I need to be careful when I'm deciding to land on someone's head. I don't know if landing on someone is ever worth it. Do you feel your bones shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire inside of me? Do you see the sparks that I'm setting free? Does the beat